Imagine a man who looks at you and sees not a person, but a prop, a thing to be arranged, moved, controlled. He smiles, and you smile back because the performance is perfect. The mask fits so well you never notice it's a mask at all. This is how Ted Bundy saw the world, not through the lens of connection, but through the cold mathematics of manipulation. And the most terrifying part? He knew exactly what he was doing.
Most people experience others as separate beings with their own inner worlds, their own dreams, fears, loves. But some minds work differently. Some minds see the world as a stage, and everyone else as actors in a play only they are directing. To excavate his psychology, you can't start with the crimes like they're separate events. You have to start with the inner architecture, the way he arranged people in his head. Think about how you see strangers on the street, brief shadows passing through your peripheral vision. That's how he saw everyone, even those closest to him, especially those who trusted him. The psychology begins not with violence, but with emptiness, a hollow core where empathy should live, where most of us have an automatic response to another's pain, that flinch, that recognition. He had silence, not anger, not hatred, just nothing. And into that nothing, something else grew. Control became his oxygen. Not the obvious kind, not the domination you might expect. No, his was subtler, more insidious. He collected reactions like others collect stamps. A concerned look when he limped, a grateful smile when he asked for help. These small surrenders of trust fed something inside him, each one a tiny confirmation that he could make the world bend to his script. Watch how he moves through spaces, always performing. The law student, the political volunteer, the concerned citizen. Each role practiced until it was seamless. But underneath each performance, the same driving force. I am making you see what I want you to see. He studied normalcy the way others study for exams, observed it, memorized it, reproduced it with technical precision. But it was always translation, never native fluency. He spoke human as a second language. There's a moment in every interaction where we decide to trust or not trust, a microsecond of assessment. He lived for that moment, lived to tilt it in his favor. The cast on his arm, the request for help with books, the confused young man looking for directions. Each scenario carefully designed to bypass that moment of assessment, to slip past defenses before they could form. But here's what most people miss. He wasn't drawn to vulnerability out of sadism. He was drawn to it because vulnerability meant predictability, and predictability meant control. The patterns emerge slowly, like a photograph developing in reverse. First the image, then the shadows, then the darkness underneath. He would drive for hours, not hunting, that's too active a word. He was waiting for the world to arrange itself according to his internal blueprint. The right person, the right moment, the right absence of witnesses, as if reality would eventually conform to the scene already playing in his mind. This is crucial to understand. In his psychology, he wasn't creating events, he was simply allowing them to happen. The distinction mattered to him enormously. I didn't choose this, he would later say, as if his actions were weather patterns, natural phenomena beyond human agency. Language became his escape hatch. He spoke of himself in third person, the entity, the malignant being, creating distance between the self who performed normalcy and the self who destroyed it. But even this compartmentalization was a performance, another mask. He knew exactly who he was. The splitting was strategic, not psychotic, a way to navigate the contradiction of being both predator and person, both actor and audience. Listen to how he describes his actions, never direct, never owned, always filtered through layers of abstraction. Possessions were taken, events occurred, situations developed. Passive voice, always passive voice, as if he was merely a witness to his own life.
But control is an addiction, and like all addictions, it demands escalation. The early fantasies weren't enough anymore. The small manipulations lost their charge. He needed bigger confirmations of his power, grander stages for his performance. Watch the progression, not in the acts themselves, but in the psychology behind them, the growing need to possess not just control, but proof of control. Souvenirs, trophies, evidence that the performance had been real. He kept items not out of sentiment, but as anchors, physical proof that he could make reality bend to his will, that he could transform a person into an object, and that transformation would persist even after the moment passed.
Yet, even gods have anxieties. The mask would slip, usually in moments of unexpected resistance, when someone didn't follow the script, when reality refused to conform. In these moments, you could glimpse the void beneath the performance. Rage, not hot rage, but cold, the fury of a director whose actors have forgotten their lines. He would retreat, recalibrate, return with a new approach, but the crack remained, the knowledge that his control was never as complete as he needed it to be. Sleep became difficult, not from guilt, that requires empathy he didn't possess, but from the exhaustion of constant performance, of maintaining multiple selves across multiple stages, of remembering which mask to wear for which audience. The final psychology is perhaps the most disturbing. He enjoyed the aftermath more than the act itself. Not the violence, that was merely functional, but the afterwards. The return to normalcy, sitting in class the next day, having coffee with friends. The secret knowledge that he had crossed a line others couldn't even imagine, and yet here he was, undetected, unsuspected. This was the ultimate control, not what he could make others do, but what he could make them not see. The gap between who they thought he was and who he knew himself to be, that gap was where he truly lived. Some minds break toward empathy. They feel too much, connect too deeply, dissolve their boundaries in the pain of others. Other minds break away from empathy. They feel nothing, connect to nothing, build walls so thick that other humans become abstractions, puzzles to solve, games to win. Ted Bundy's mind didn't break. It was built this way, assembled from components that, in isolation, seem almost normal. Intelligence, charm, ambition, focus, but arranged in a configuration that produced something monstrous. He once said that guilt was an illusion, a social construct designed to control behavior. And in saying this, he revealed everything. For most of us, guilt isn't about control, it's about connection. The automatic recognition that we've harmed something that matters. But if nothing matters, if everything is performance and everyone is a prop, then guilt becomes merely inconvenient, a glitch in the program, a feeling to be debugged and deleted. This is the true horror. Not the violence, not the deception, but the void where human connection should be, the absence that allowed everything else to flourish. We want to believe that evil announces itself, that it looks different, sounds different, feels different, but sometimes it looks exactly like what we expect to see. It smiles the right smile, says the right words, plays the right part. And underneath that perfect performance, in a place we can't see and wouldn't think to look, a different kind of mind is taking notes, studying our reactions, learning our patterns, waiting for the moment when we stop paying attention to the gap between what seems to be and what actually is.
The most terrifying thing about Ted Bundy's psychology isn't its complexity, it's its simplicity. The reduction of all human interaction to a single question: can I control this? And once you understand that, once you see how that single drive motivated everything, shaped everything, destroyed everything, you realize that the mask wasn't hiding a monster. The mask was the monster. And it looked exactly like a man.